Now you all know that a number pattern is just a set of numbers that follow a certain rule, and we could generate that number pattern once we know the rule. So let's look first of all at what finding a missing term in a sequence means. And essentially, if we know the rule to any sequence, we can work out what the missing terms are within it. Now if we look at this example up here, it tells us they want us to fill in the missing values and write the rule for the sequence. Now at its most basic level on a higher paper, you may be asked to fill in the missing number and write down what the rule is that the sequence follows. But chances are you'll be asked to do something a little bit trickier. However, we will quickly go over how to fill in the numbers and write down a rule. So in this question here, we look first of all for the pattern. Now we can see in 4, 7, blank, 13, blank, and so on. The 4 and the 7 is going to be the indicator for us as to what's happening in the sequence. And you can see that it would fit if we added 3 each time. 4 plus the 3 would give us 7. 7 plus the 3 would give 10. 10 plus the 3 would give us the 13 that was already there, and then 13 add the 3 would give us 16. So our missing two terms, therefore, would be 10 and 16, and the rule, if they wanted it in words, would be add 3 each time. Now if we take a look at another example that requires some missing values put in, you see this time the sequence is decreasing. Find those two numbers that are next to each other and look for a possible pattern. So here we have 19 and 17. Now in a decreasing sequence, that would suggest that we're decreasing or subtracting 2 each time. And if we do that, let's see if it fits in with the missing numbers. 23 take away 2 would give us 21. 21 take away 2 would give us the 19 that's already there. 19 subtract 2 is 17. 17 subtract 2 is 15. So our two missing numbers here will be 21 and 15. And our rule this time will be to subtract 2 each time. Now, if we take a look at the next one, this sequence isn't an arithmetic sequence in that we're not adding the same number each time. You see, this one actually follows a different rule. Now we've got two pairs of numbers in this sequence that we can use to check to see if we've worked out our rule. And that's the 2 and the 4 and the 16 and 32. Now in this sequence, the same thing is going to be happening between both of those terms. So to get from 2 to 4, we would double. And to get from 16 to 32, we would also double. So in this case, it's a doubling sequence. So our next two terms, therefore, well, that third term would be the result of doubling 4, which is 8. And that last term after 32 will be the result of doubling 32, which gives us 64. And as for the rule, well, we could write multiply 2 or double the previous term. Either one of those would be acceptable.